festival to you. Fringe Radio.
Hello again and welcome to the third programme coming to you from Radisson Blu Hotel in the heart of Edinburgh. And in today's programme I'll be talking to Cal Halbert, one of the leading impressionists in the country. We talked to 82-year-old Cara Wilson, wife of Tom Conti and mother to Nina Conti, who's got her own show at the Fringe. I'll be taking another walk along the Royal Mile, seeing who I can bump into on the fly from the hundreds of shows trying desperately to get their shows promoted. And there's plenty more besides, including music from artists appearing at the Fringe, including Oxford's Out of the Blue, very famous in the world of Aquapella music. And let's start with their version of this.
Your heart, you try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. Yeah, you start to freeze as horror looks you right between your eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is thriller night, and no one's gonna save you from the beast about to strike. You know it's thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Yeah. You hear the door slam and realize there's nowhere left to run. You feel the cold hand and wonder if you'll ever see the sun. You close your eyes, hoping this is just imagination. But all the while, you feel a creature creeping up behind. You're out of time. 'Cause this is thriller night. There ain't no second chance against the thing with 40 eyes. Girl, thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer thriller tonight. Night creatures crawl and the dead start to walk in their masquerade. There's no escaping the jaws of the alien this time. This is the end of your life. I'm gonna feel tonight. I'm gonna feel tonight. I'm gonna feel tonight. I'm gonna feel tonight. I'm gonna thrill you tonight. They're out to get you, with demons closing in on every side. They will possess you unless you change that number that you dial. Now is the time for you and I to cuddle close together. All through the night, I'll save you from the terror on the screen. I'll make you sing. 'Cause this is thriller night. 'Cause I can thrill you more than any fool would ever can.
Out of the Blue with Thriller, and Out of the Blue are at Studio One at the Assembly in George Square at 4:30 every day. Now, Simon Walton has been out and about over the last couple of days. We'll be bringing you some of his interviews, starting with this chat with Andy MacLeod, who's appearing up to the 17th at Just the Cask Room, which is one of the Just the Tonic venues, with his show called Soho Days and Camden Nights.
Andy, you're performing on the Fringe. Tell us about your show.
So my show, I came here in 2022 with my first show. This is like a follow-up. And a brief backstory. My first show was about trying to make it as a rock star, because I was in a band called the Pointy Birds. And our claim to fame was that we were managed by Ricky Gervais before he was famous. So we were the band that we didn't become rich or famous, but our manager did, so it's kind of the wrong way round. And then I moved into band management, having become a failed rock star, and that is what this second show is about, trying to find out where did we go wrong and how did others become successful.
Now, are you telling me something about your background here that I'm not quite clear about, that there was more than one band in your background and a bit of management before you became international superstars?
Well, am I an international superstar? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, if I go out onto the street there and ask, hey, have you ever heard of The Cure? I think 9 out of 10 people are going to say yes.
Oh, yes, The Cure. Well, that's my other alter ego. You see, I've realised I've got these kind of when I used to work in a record shop, and I was known as Horace, or Half a Job Horace, and that became for the last show at least, my kind of alter ego in the show. And this new one is very much about, although it's about, Camden in the 90s and managing bands, it's also actually, when you go underneath it, it's really about rediscovering a passion, or giving yourself permission to rediscover a passion. And what my passion was being in a band. So I did it up to the age of 27. I loved it. And then I kind of crossed the Rubicon, became a band manager, and I thought, well, I'm not allowed to be in a band anymore. One, maybe because we weren't very good. But what has happened recently, and it's gone lovely full circle, is that I, about a year ago, formed a tribute band to The Cure. And that kind of dovetails in, that may become show 3, who knows, but that's been an absolute joy. So I've kind of rediscovered, I've got this fab band that we all met at the Lido in London. We formed in our swimming trunks, and it's just taken off. We've been sort of playing all around the country, and we're doing a show in Edinburgh at Sneaky Pete's on the 13th. So my show this year is sort of trying to make it music, but what happens when reality gets in the way. So firstly as a rock star, and then as a band manager, and third as something else. And I might have given away what the third thing is.
Which might be author.
Yeah, there's author as well, yeah, because both shows are based on books that I've written. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you've got a chap called Jason Watkins who's directing this.
Yes.
Now you can tell me more about Jason Watkins,
yes.
But he on board is a big plus for this production.
Yes, yeah, no, he's amazing. He's a good friend, and I sort of he's just a wonderful person to have. If I say a line, he'll be like, well, why don't you say it like this? And it brings it to life. He's like a really good editor, and he's like a BAFTA award-winning actor. And our kids were friends at school they live around the corner from us, so we became friends. And his career has just rocketed, and he's such a modest, lovely person. So the first show, I might be gabbling along saying the line. I said, well, you've got to slow down a bit and make it clear so the audience understands what you're talking about.
Well, of course, it's there's a lot of ground to cover, because this is set in the 90s.
Yes.
And I say that like that was yesterday. But, most people listening, that's like...
Yeah, years ago.
It's their parents' history.
The olden days, yeah.
What was life in northwest London like at the time?
Well, I think it's our version of the 60s a little bit. There's that synonymous, you could literally turn a 6 upside down and it's a 9, but I think it was such a lovely decade. Well, for me anyway, I was kind of the perfect age. I turned probably 20, 21 at the start of the 90s. I just graduated, and I was sort of carefree, footloose and fancy free or whatever. And my only thought in my head was, I want to become a rock star. And my lack of talent didn't seem to be a barrier to that. And I just had such fun.
You have that hubris and that self-depreciation that is very endearing of your generation.
Yeah.
It seems to me that international fame has not affected you in any bad way at all. And for that, it makes you a very endearing person.
Oh, thank you.
And apart from me, some very high-profile people have said some very nice things about this production.
Yes.
And it's entirely justified.
Yeah. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, Al Murray came to my last show, and it turned out, I mean, the band I was in, the Pointy Birds, it turned out he was in a band that supported us. So on one of my first shows, there he was in the queue, and then he came and goes, I supported you. And then I suddenly thought there was another band called the Pointy Birds. Maybe he's got the other one, but I didn't want to tell him, But he seemed to remember more than me. And then he said, do you want to come to my show? And I was like, it was the first time I'd ever done the Fringe, because both my parents were from Edinburgh. And so my childhood, I'm like a plastic Scot. I born and grown up in London, but I will support Scotland in the football. My name is Andrew Finlay MacLeod. And I cross the board, and I feel like really almost tearful when I cross the board. I just love being in Edinburgh. And all my life I wanted to do the Fringe. And I had this sort of, got to my 50s, I still hadn't done it, because I'd always sort of been in music. And both my parents got ill during lockdown, and my mum said to me, when you turn 50, you can go again. You're kind of, it's a nice little window. And those words, "go again," really resonated. And I thought, I'm going to go and book Edinburgh Fringe. And it was like this sort of odyssey back to my childhood. It was an odyssey back to they met when they were 15, and I felt, because they were very ill, my mum died just before the Edinburgh run, and my dad died when I got back. And I had this sort of, that thing about in death, you find every second is valuable. So when I came to the Fringe last time, I just thought, I'm going to enjoy every second of this, and I did. And I'd been desperate to come back, but I didn't really have a show ready until now. And it really, even on the train coming up, and even the tech rehearsal area, I'm still tweaking it, but I think it's ready. I'm ready to do it.
But there's no denying that your heritage is London. And
it is very much.
And you've not retired at all. You're a very busy man. You're a music promoter in London. And I suppose that in itself is a profession that's changed a great deal.
Yeah. And I explore that in the show. I mean, I think the heyday of the 90s and the early noughties for a music promoter was that the gigs were the reveal of the music, because you didn't have MySpace, you didn't have the internet, and you didn't have all those, you couldn't check out what music was like on Spotify or MySpace. So the gig was the reveal of a band. So we became these kind of gatekeepers, and you'd have all the A&R people, what are they like? And I go, they sound a bit like this. So over that period, we had bands like Coldplay, the Arctic Monkeys, Killers, playing to 30 people in our venues. So we stumbled across these bands, put them on, not knowing that any of them would then go on. And the vast majority didn't, but the few that did, it's reflected glory. We go, we always knew they'd make it, but you wouldn't have known. Apart from some of them, you go, wow, there'd be sometimes an unfairness to it. Go, that band should have made it, and then there'd be an average band that would break through. And this is very much what I'm trying to work out in this show. Is there a formula behind what makes some bands successful? I think I've sussed it. I think I know what the answer is.
Are you a suited promoter or a track-suited promoter? Do you feel the urge to get up there and get involved, or have you divorced yourself from that side of the stage?
Well, that's a really good question, because I think I divorced myself. For 20, 25 years, I was very much putting bands on, but it's only in the last couple of years I've suddenly I'm back on the stage again. So I've gone full circle from so this is like a new phase really. Since doing the last Fringe show, I've kind of gone, and I do like being on the stage. And I think what I've realised, so my thing is now just telling stories and singing. The songs I now sing are more for laughs really. So I can play an old Pointy Birds song and people will laugh. Whereas before, we play it thinking it would get to number one. But the other hat on is I've got the Incurables tribute band, where then we can pretend we're the Cure, and that's just the lovely, it's like an happy accident that's happened, and that's a joy.
So this might be a little bit cheeky, and forgive me, but does this Fringe performance, Soho Days, Camden Nights, is this a progression or a catharsis for you? Are you bringing everything full circle, and achieving what you want to achieve?
Yeah.
And drawing a line under it.
It is very much. It's sort of getting a bit meta. It's catching up with itself, because when I wrote the first book, it was called Anoint My Head: How I Failed to Make It as a Britpop Indie Rock Star, I thought that was a one-off, and it was really about being in a band managed by Ricky, really, and it was about celebration of failure, really. And I really wrote it for the band as much as anything, and to kind of make the memories permanent. And then the book did really well, far more than I'd ever expected. It kind of word of mouth, and it sold really well. And then I got a book deal with Omnibus and found myself writing book 2. So now the question is, I've got, it's kind of escalated, so I'm now writing book 3. But the thing is, my life's catching up with the book. So it gets very confusing that you don't want to be sort of, am I doing this just for book material? Someone said to me, I know what you're up to. You're going to go to the Fringe, and if it goes really wrong, it's just material for the book, isn't it? And I thought,
That reminds me of Ted Turner when he founded CNN, and he was asked, Mr. Turner, a 24-hour news station, what are you going to do on days when there isn't any news? He thought for a moment and said, I'll fly down to Mexico, buy a clapped-out chain of hotels and torch them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Now, I'm not asking you to burn down any venues, but...
well, it's a bit like the New York Times and Donald Trump have a bit of a mutual... They like each other, don't they? Because he sells newspapers for them, doesn't he? Or,
he provides headlines. Well, you provide headlines because, you've been a success throughout your life, and I don't say that sycophantically.
Yeah.
There's a lot there to tell, so if it does run to 3 books, well, that's okay. I think that's a fear that you don't have to have.
Yeah.
But you've already mentioned that you have Scottish blood and you have an affinity for this part of the world, but you are, ostensibly a Londoner.
Well, this is what if I tell anyone from Scotland I'm a Scotlander, they put me back in my place. Say you're a Londoner. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm rootless really, because in London I'm telling people I'm Scottish, and they go, "You're a Londoner." Yeah.
You're a Scot, and you head for the Tottenham Stadium. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Have you got any fingernails left, by the way?
What, from the Tottenham season?
Yes.
Oh my God! Don't start me. Well, it's been God, I could talk about Tottenham all day, but in a way, it was a blessing. We ended up having it was an awful period, but we stayed up, and now we got, seem to be buying every player that's going, and it maybe woke the owners up to spend some money,
Well, you told me earlier that, there's been ups and downs in your career.
Yeah.
But here you are, you're embarking on what I might say it's another chapter.
Yes.
And I'm sure it'll be every bit as successful as the rest of your career.
Yeah.
So there's a metaphor there between the ups and downs of the football team and the ups and downs.
I'm a typical Tottenham fan. You're not Arsenal, are you?
I'm not Arsenal. And it's quite a short run.
Yes.
I just wonder if you feel that would you like to have done longer?
Yes, I was kicking myself a bit earlier. I thought. I can't even remember why I did. Yes, I thought I'd do half a run. I've been working on, there's so many projects, but I've got a musical, this guy, my friend Nanish and myself, we've written a musical called Dad Manager, which we were going to do this year. And then the book came out, and the book, Dad Manager's got pushed back to next year. And then, so quite late in the day, I thought, we'll do a run for Soho Days because the book was coming out. And I thought I'll make it a half run because I also didn't know whether I needed to be back in London, but actually I could have stayed longer. So it's a possibility it'll be extended. If it goes well, I think I'm on a hold to try and keep, but I won't have the advertising then, but the word of mouth, hopefully, I'd keep it. I'd extend the run if I can.
Well, if that's the case, and I very much hope that it will be, then we'll certainly make sure that everyone who listens to Fringe Radio hears that Soho Days, Camden Nights, Failed Rock Star's Guide to Success, brackets, that's not really an accurate description of Andy MacLeod's career, is on at 2:25 in the afternoon until the 17th of August, and that's at Just the Tonic, the Mash House Cask Room. And Andy, I'm sure it will be sold out.
Oh, well, that'd be nice, yeah.
Well, that would be. And just of interest, it is pay what you can. Which I think is very laudable as well.
Yeah, you can come in completely for free, and you can leave without, come free. And if you want it, but securing it, there's a £10 advance ticket to secure a seat. So that's the only thing with the pay as you want. You're just hoping there's free seats. But at the moment, you'll be fine. Come in.
Andy MacLeod, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Looking forward to Soho Days and Camden Nights. Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Andy MacLeod chatting with Simon Walton. Well, after the break, it's our Royal Mile walk. Earlier, I went up the Royal Mile to chat with, well, whoever wanted to talk to me.
Bringing the festival to you. Fringe Radio.
One of Australia's best tribute acts, the 64, make their Edinburgh Fringe debut with 70s jukebox. At the Assembly Rooms, Bijou, Venue 20, you'll enjoy powerhouse vocals, slick choreography, and full-on energy as the 64 bring you the best music of the 70s. They're relishing the opportunity to play for an Edinburgh audience for the very first time at 2:30 every afternoon from the 18th to the 30th of August. Get your tickets now at edfringe.com.
I cannot believe he asked me to do OnlyFans.
Hold on, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about.
We're always complaining about money.
Then get another job. I am not selling my body. I'm listening to me now. I'm good at this.
15 Minutes of Shame from the 7th to the 30th of August at 7:20 at Playground 2 at Zoo Playground. Tickets at edfringe.com.
Black Blues Brothers, Let's Twist Again. Fringe favourites, the Black Blues Brothers are back. Expect a rock and roll jukebox, a train station and lots of acrobatics. Every day from August 5th to August 31st at 5 p.m. at McEwen Hall, Bristow Square. Tickets available at edfringe.com.
Print it, copy it at the copyandprintshop.com.
Your printing is made easy at the Copy and Print Shop. We specialise in rapid printing services, leaflets, posters, brochures, banners, business cards and more. Collect your order at our Glasgow print shop or have it delivered wherever you are. Find out more at thecopyandprintshop.com.
Print it, copy it at the copyandprintshop.com.
The science of chaos. Alternative history. Rock and roll. I'm Michael Anderson from Boston. And you've got to come to my multimedia fireworks Elvis in chaos. Hallucinatory images. Ecstatic raves. Greenside at George Street, first week of Fringe. Lime Studio, 5:15 p.m. Hey, pay what you can. You won't be bored.
What is the most powerful force in the universe? This August, magician and physicist Kevin Quantum brings an all-new Fringe show to Edinburgh. Invisible Force. Expect brand new magic inventions, impossible moments you'll never have seen before, and astonishing illusions where science and mystery collide. Electricity crackles, reality bends, and you'll leave questioning what's actually possible. Funny, surprising, and unlike anything else at the Fringe. Search Quantum at edfringe.com and discover Kevin Quantum. Invisible Force.
Bringing the festival to you, Fringe Radio.
So this is day 2 of the walk along the Royal Mile. And we're here to talk to a few people who want to sell their shows. And here's a young gentleman here called Will Mead. We spoke to one of your colleagues yesterday, Lottie, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Locomotive
Absolutely.
for Murder. Give us another plug.
We're on at the Beggin in Patter House in the Gilded Balloon. And it's an improvised murder mystery. It's an improvised whodunit. So if you love your Poirot and your Miss Marple, you'll love the show. We have all of the tropes that a murder mystery would have, but we also make it all up on the spot.
Well, Lottie was very enthusiastic when we spoke to her yesterday. It's your turn today. You've had one day now. How's it gone first night?
Oh, it was great. We got a good crowd in and it was enthusiastic, and we got a couple of good reviews as well, which was really nice.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah. And we got some good fun suggestions, so people in Edinburgh are clearly happy to give suggestions and be creative, which is nice.
Your leafleting team, are they going to be out every single day at 11 o'clock?
Absolutely, yeah. We're keen. We love the show, so we're just keen to try and get people in to come and see it.
Brilliant. Well, all the best with it. I'm sure we'll meet you again again, or one of your team later on.
Absolutely.
Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you.
Here's a young lady from the Improv Oxford Imps. Now, we spoke to one of your colleagues yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah.
And you're doing the same sort of thing.
Yes, exactly. I'm doing it.
What's your name, first of all?
I'm Chloe.
Hello, Chloe. Tell us a bit more about the Oxford Imps.
So the Oxford Imps have been coming up to Edinburgh for about 21 years, but I haven't personally. We're a new cohort every year. We do short form improvised comedy based on audience suggestions. It's completely different every single day, and it's a hoot.
Right, so if I came up with a suggestion now, you'd be able to improv for me.
Yeah. What would you like, a poem about you or something like that?
Well, how about, let's look behind us now. We've got a shop called the Whiskey Trail, so do something about that.
I've been on the whiskey trail now for, I can't even remember. I left my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins on the California trail, but I just wanted that whiskey. I needed to get on it immediately, and I've been drunk ever since.
There we are, instant improv. Thank you very much.
That's me with absolutely no warm-up, so please, if that was terrible, please don't take that as an indictment of the show.
It was good enough for me, don't you worry about that. Thank you very much indeed, Chloe. Well, this is a very Scottish-looking lady and a very smart gentleman here. Who are you, first of all?
We are Malky and Midge. We are actually an audio podcast, so we're being a bit cheeky. We're advertising free Fringe on your phone today.
Nothing cheeky about that. We're open to all sorts of things. So tell us about it.
So Malky and Midge, they are a Glasgow couple, an unlikely couple. So Midge, she's the feisty Scottish one, and Malky is the prim, proper Englishman. And it's just individual stories about kind of what goes on in their daily lives in their wee Glasgow tenement flat.
And how did this all come about?
Well, my pal Stephen is an actor also, as am I, and he wrote one day, and we were thinking, do we put on a play? What can we do with it? We thought, do you know what, we'll try it as a wee audio thing just to see, just have fun with it. Yeah. Recorded it, put it out there, and yeah, it's just been going ever since. We've been doing it about a year now, and we did get nominated in the Scottish Podcast Awards in the Emerging Talent category.
Fantastic. Now, people keep saying, oh, this is a youngsters thing, this TikTok and podcasts and everything else. But Malky, let's put it nicely. You're not a youngster, are you?
Oh, thank you very much. How dare you, sir?
Apparently you're the prim and proper Englishman.
Yes, indeed. You've got to keep abreast of technology, I think, to get these things out there to as many people as possible. And we do that through YouTube. We've discovered you can actually get it out to a lot more channels on these RSS feed channels and things, on Spotify, Audible, Apple Podcasts and all that type of thing. So, hopefully the more people can listen to it.
You're right across the social media, aren't you?
Yes, that's right, yeah. Well, we think so. There might be more out there. Did Midge tell you that we're also been nominated in the film...
NZ Webfest.
NZ Webfest, yeah, that's right. So,
and it's little kind of things like this which help give you a bit of a boost.
It does. It makes us happy. And as I say, we originally just sort of done it for fun and having a laugh together.
Why not? It's all based on real life experiences of like a 65-year-old and like the library of
hang on, I'm 65.
Well, you must have a library of stuff in your head.
Oh, you bet.
And you put it out there in a sort of a comedy form, and it all contains.
My life is a comedy.
Quite funny.
Do you write yourself? Do you?
No. No, it just happens. Comedy just happens. It surrounds me.
You can't beat that husband-wife sort of, who really wears the trousers and who's got the common sense and who's got the stupid ideas.
So it's all about a bit of banter between the two of you. Lovely to see you both. Best of luck with the podcast, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Beauty and the Beast, Venue 9, Flying High Productions. Is this the young company? Who's going to talk to us about your show?
Me.
Wearing a lovely yellow dress. Tell us about your show.
Well, it's a kids' show. It's an original story of Beauty and the Beast, and we've got all original songs and dances in it, all made by our director, Carrie. And we're here until the 15th.
And how does this all come about?
We do a kids show every year here, so we've got Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan, Aladdin and Wizard of Oz, and we're here at the start of August every year. We're in the mornings.
And this, of course, is the hard bit, isn't it? Getting out in the Royal Mile and plugging your show. The space at Nidri Street, which is just round the corner from where we're broadcasting from, which is Radisson Blu, August the 7th to the 15th, so it's a short run, and the Beast is going to join us any second. So how long have you been doing this yourself then, this acting?
This is It's my third year coming to the Fringe, but I've been doing acting since I was like 3. But yeah, it's my third year at the Fringe. Come back again, I love it so much.
Is this a career for you, hopefully?
Maybe, who knows, it could be.
But it's very competitive, isn't it?
It is very competitive, yes.
That's right. Well, the beast has arrived. You look very charming. You don't look like a beast at all. What's your name?
Harrison.
Harrison. Ford, by any chance?
No, Bird.
Harrison Bird. We'll take that. Now, how did you get involved in this?
I've been out with a young company of performing arts. I've been doing it since I was 5 years old.
Really?
Yeah. So it's just been 13 years, and now I'm here.
So you're a Fringe expert, really?
Yeah, I've been 3 times now.
And it's all happening it's all happening just around the corner from where we're broadcasting at Radisson Blu at Nidri Street at the Space. You're on till the 15th. Well, you have to get up early, 9:50 in the morning.
We do, yeah. Early start. We have to be in the venue by like 9:20 to warm up and get the set ready. It'll be fun.
You clearly enjoy it.
Oh, we do, yeah.
Now, I'm a bit disappointed that you haven't got the beast head. What is the beast head like?
Hot. It is very... Yeah, we've got a mask and a wig made with paper mache. But it's too delicate to be worn on the mile, unfortunately.
Yes, that's true. Well, look, someone's just come running up to me. Who are you?
I'm also in the cast of Beauty and the Beast.
I can see that. Yes, and you want a bit. You want your moment of fame, don't you?
I do want my moment of fame. I am playing a gardener peacock kind of character. I just want to tell you that you have to come see our show because it's going to be the best show on the entire Fringe.
You're very good at
I can say
plugging.
that with confidence. You know, it's original musical. It's going to be so fun. Lots of singing, lots of dancing, and we've got a beautiful Belle here as well. You should see her amazing dress. The costumes are amazing, but everything's amazing.
It's radio, but describe it for us.
It's yellow.
Is that it? Look at it. I mean, it's fantastic.
It's so beautiful, but like I can't give it justice over the radio. You're going to have to come see it live to know how amazing it is.
She's good. She's good. This
I
girl.
am good. So what I'm hearing is you should come see Beauty and the Beast at 9:50 every single morning. £8 previews. We do 2 for 1. It's going to be good, nice and cheap, budget friendly, good for all of the family, any age. It's going to be good.
You're obviously doing your job well, and off she goes again. So there our fleeting visit. She's interesting to work with, I'd imagine.
She's great. She's
crazy?
Full of energy.
Energy, that's what you need here, don't you?
Exactly, yes.
Well, look, it's lovely to meet you all. I hope it's a great success. Beauty and the Beast, 9:50 in the morning, Nidri Street, the Space. Thank you, guys. Who's this up here on a bollard? Oh, you're Beauty and the Beast as well. You're everywhere, aren't you? So what part are you playing?
I'm playing the equivalent of Gaston, who is called Jean-Claude in this production.
Where is Gaston? Let's bring in the Beast again.
We don't have a Gaston.
Oh
in
my
this
God.
version. We have a Jean-Claude
It's more
instead of a
based off the
Gaston.
book rather than the Disney version.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The original
That's your cover story, is it?
Yes.
Your promotional team are doing wonders. All the best with it. Take care. Xavier, we met you yesterday.
Yes, from the Mona Lisa
That's
musical.
it, Lisa the musical. How did the first night go?
Really, really well. We had a guy come and film and give us a review, and they, gave a sparkling review that's on YouTube. And for our improv musical, remember we had back-to-back shows. Our improv musical got a 5-star review as well.
And that gives you a boost, doesn't it? Right at the start of the Fringe.
Yeah, it makes the flowering easier, doesn't it?
Yes.
Feels like we're doing something right. Yeah.
Are you putting the 5 stars on all your posters now?
Yeah, we've just gone to print those sheets. We've got someone stapling them as we speak. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, when we come back to you, you'll have loads and loads of 5 stars. Thanks very much again. That's Xavier from Lisa the Musical. Well, in the background, we can hear Tim Ridley, one of the many performers here on the Royal Mile, of course, and he's playing a bit of guitar for us.
Street, on top of his frame. Oh, yeah. Will Hoskin was his name.
There we go, a little bit of Tim Ridley there, one of the street performers here at the Edinburgh Fringe. And I'm not far away from our friend William Wallace. He's back again. Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic, thank you. How are you?
Oh, the fan mail that you've received since yesterday's broadcast.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable.
Oh, really?
Yes, they love you. They love you here.
I can't say why.
And you did that lovely speech for us, of course, yesterday as well. Have you had a lot of reaction like yesterday?
Oh, of course, it's great. Yeah, it's went down. Everyone loves William Wallace, right?
Oh, of course they do. Not the Viking, though.
Not a Viking, not a Viking.
That's right. We've made that clear. You've got the Scottish flag, the saltire.
Hashtag not a Viking.
Not a Viking. Brilliant. We'll no doubt be bumping into you as the days go on. William Wallace there once again. Not a Viking. Hashtag not a Viking. Very, very important to stress that.
Bringing the festival to you. Fringe Radio.
One story, two people. Amanda Crowley and Thomas Duncan. One lawyer, one mass murderer. The case is lost. She wants it anyways. Not to win, but to understand how monsters are made. Glimpse behind the societal masks, as with Monster Made, an intense character study, a captivating, psychological, intimate play is coming to the Fringe at Paradise in the Vault. Only the one who can change his mind can actually change something. Monster Made runs from August 24th to August 30th. Book your seats today at edfringe.com.
What is the most powerful force in the universe? This August, magician and physicist Kevin Quantum brings an all-new Fringe show to Edinburgh. Invisible Force. Expect brand new magic inventions, impossible moments you'll never have seen before, and astonishing illusions where science and mystery collide. Electricity crackles, reality bends, and you'll leave questioning what's actually possible. Funny, surprising, and unlike anything else at the Fringe. Search Quantum at edfringe.com and discover Kevin Quantum. Invisible Force.
This August, discover the best comedy, cabaret, kids shows and more at the Free Festival. With over 360 daily shows, there's something for everybody at a price for everyone. Donate what you think the show's worth at the end, or book pay what you can tickets to keep the Fringe accessible for everyone. The Free Festival, the real spirit of the Edinburgh Fringe. Full programme at freefestival.co.uk.
Print it, copy it at thecopyandprintshop.com.
Your printing is made easy at the Copy and Print Shop. We specialise in rapid printing services, leaflets, posters, brochures, banners, business cards and more. Collect your order at our Glasgow print shop or have it delivered wherever you are. Find out more at thecopyandprintshop.com.
Print it, copy it at thecopyandprintshop.com.
One of Australia's best tribute acts, the 64, make their Edinburgh Fringe debut with 70s jukebox. At the Assembly Rooms, Bijou, Venue 20, you'll enjoy powerhouse vocals, slick choreography, and full-on energy as the 64 bring you the best music of the 70s. They're relishing the opportunity to play for an Edinburgh audience for the very first time at 2:30 every afternoon from the 18th to the 30th of August. Get your tickets now at edfringe.com.
Bringing the festival to you. Fringe Radio.
Des yeux qui fondent, baisser les miens, un rire qui se perd sur sa bouche. Voilà le portrait sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais le cause. C'est lui pour moi, moi pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, le jurer pour la vie. je l'aperçois, alors je sens à mon cœur qui bat. Des nuits d'amour à ne plus finir, un grand bonheur qui prend sa place, des ennuis, des chagrins s'effacent, heureux, heureux, à en mourir. Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots de tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une part de bonheur dont je connais le cause. C'est toi pour moi, moi pour toi dans la vie. Il me l'a dit, l'a juré pour le vivre. Et dès que je l'aperçois, alors je sens à mon cœur qui bat. La 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 la, la 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 la, la vie en
Well, what a good version of La Vie en Rose, done for you by Andrea Carlson. And she's playing towards the end of the Fringe at the Speakeasy from the 23rd to the 30th at 6 o'clock at venue 241A.
Bringing the festival to you, Fringe Radio.
Well, a very interesting play called Big Stuff is happening at the Assembly, Roxy Boxy, Roxburgh Place at 2:55, right to the end of the month, well, to the 30th of August, except for the 11th. And Naomi Sneakus and Matt Baran are husband and wife, and they star in this particular production. And delighted to say that Matt has joined us now. Well, Matt, first of all, welcome to the programme. Unfortunately, we don't have Naomi with us today.
Naomi's resting her voice. She has been shouting, flyering on the mile, so she's resting for today.
Now, the accent from Canada, of course, Toronto, I think, isn't it?
Toronto, Canada, yeah, not to be confused with America. Yeah, we are here for the first time.
Yes. How are you enjoying it so far?
Oh, my gosh. It's every turn is a magical alleyway and storybook place for us. We love it.
Do you have anything like this in Canada?
Tiny pockets, I would say little bits of Montreal have that history, some parts of my province of Ontario, but really this is full on a beautiful, beautiful place, and a place we've wanted to go to our whole acting career.
I was going to say, why the Fringe for you? I mean, it's a worldwide thing, this. I mean, everybody knows about it in the acting profession or, music profession. They all want to come to the Edinburgh Fringe, and you're no different.
Well, it's a rite of passage. It really is, and it stretches all over the world, as you say. And ever since I wanted to create shows with my writing partner, we've wanted to come here, but we just didn't have the right thing. We improvise our shows mainly, and at the time we were doing it, there wasn't really a place yet at the Fringe for a fully improvised play, and so that's why we started writing our shows.
Yeah. And working with your wife as well, doing obviously all the work. It's an interesting project and an interesting dynamic.
Oh yeah, don't do it. I don't recommend it at all. And she would say the exact same thing. It's very hard, very challenging. And it challenges not only your creative brain, but just the way you think in the world. And so why would you want to? So we have a therapist. Helen, she's invaluable. We couldn't bring her along because of the cost. But you have to just work through it all, and all of that is put on stage too.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about big stuff in a minute, but I noticed on the credits, I was looking, and you have an improv consultant.
Yeah. Rebecca Northan.
How does that work?
Well, to be honest with you, the improv consultant thing was just a way in our country to get around all of the red tape. But really, we had our show and we went with our written piece to her, somebody we really respect in the improv community in Canada and internationally. She heard the show, heard how we interact with our audience, because there is an interactive piece. And she just said, okay, if you ask more open-ended questions, if you ask just a way of protecting the audience. We wanted to make sure we weren't just mining the audience for comedy fodder. We wanted to make sure we were honoring them and their stories. And she was fantastic.
Yeah. Now tell us about Big Stuff then, because it's a pretty powerful piece.
Yeah, well, it didn't start that way. It was just a comedy about the stuff that we hold on to. Naomi is a part-time hoarder. I am a full-time...
Join the club?
Yeah, you too, huh? Okay, I can see by the room here.
Treasure, I call it, but the wife calls it trash.
Trash, yeah, sure. So I'm on her side. I'm a full-time minimalist myself. I don't like the stuff. Sometimes I'll go to a dollar store, buy something, and take it directly to a landfill. And she keeps everything. And so that was a bit of a conflict when we had to deal with the stuff left behind by our parents when they left us. So it's about the big stuff. The big stuff we hold on to, not just physical, but also the emotional baggage we carry along in life. And that part, I think, as you say, is pretty universal. We all have that stuff.
And you had that experience, obviously, because you both lost parents.
Yeah.
And turning it into a play like this must have been pretty difficult and emotional.
Yes, it's hard to decide what stays and what goes in the same way we talk about our junk.
We've all been there.
Exactly, yeah, we have. And you know what, we had a 90-minute play in Canada, and we had to narrow it down to 60. So there we were again, dealing with what do we keep and what do we throw away. And some of the stories we had to throw away had to do with personal things about our folks. But the first thing first was to make sure we weren't just making an accordion version of our show. We weren't just speeding along for the sake of doing 60. We want to make sure there's time and energy to talk to people about their stories. Because, Stuart, at the beginning of our show, we hand out a little card to our audience, and we ask them to fill it out. The question being, what is something in your home that reminds you of someone? They don't have to be deceased. They could be with you. They could be sitting beside you. We ask them to write it down, and during the show, we collect them. And then at certain times in our story, we pull a card and we read it, and we'll say, who wrote pipe? Who wrote laundry hamper, or somebody wrote wet specimens, whatever. I'll let you fill in that blank. And then we engage them in a conversation. Who does it remind you of? Describe the object, and then somehow we'll infuse that into our own story.
Which is quite interesting, isn't it? Because it's an interesting way of doing it, and quite risky it can be as well, because it can go either way. It's
always risky when you are asking your audience to have a voice. Because you never know what they're going to say. You have to accept that. But I think there's a sense in the room immediately with Big Stuff where folks seem to be in a protective mode of each other. There's a lot of support. In our consultation with Rebecca, our improv consultant, as you mentioned, just making sure we have created that environment of support. And people share. You don't have to, but it just happens. And it makes the show different every time.
And the irony of actually taking a longer play and bringing it down, the fact that you've got to kind of, again, throw away stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've thrown it away. Naomi has kept it somewhere for the new play that we're writing. But yeah, you're right. It was ironic how we had to deal with that. And it was hard, like really tough, figuring what we couldn't bring to Edinburgh because we wanted you to see everything.
And how difficult has it been to market something like this? Because the competition's huge in the Fringe, and nearly 4,000 shows to get through.
Are there?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
and you've got to cut through that and get your message across. I mean, obviously this will help a little bit, hopefully.
Thank you.
But, you know, it is difficult. It's a very competitive market.
It is, and it's our job to get out there and tell people about what it is, and because we want them to experience it. We know it's something they will connect with. But there are so many shows out there that people aren't going to see, frankly. But the experience is still the same. We're here doing our art. We could be back home doing other things. But this is important to us, and it's our Comic-Con, if you will. Our I don't know, I don't want to get religious about it, but it really is a connecting place for artists. So I hope they find us. Big Stuff is not only a comedy, but it has heart. So you'll have all of the emotions, you know.
And of course, it's played so well in Toronto and other places, and you stick that on the leaflet, and people see that, and they will say, "Well, hang on, this is worth a look."
It's tried and true in a sense that Canadians across the country have reacted to it and have, you know, brought us back, have given us wonderful feedback, and we are now, after Edinburgh, headed to New York and parts of the UK and London. So that's the idea. That's where, if you were going to ask where we're going with it, that is the case, where Big Stuff is going to be unpacked abroad.
And it's your baby, effectively, between you. You've written it, you've produced it, you're starring in it, of course, as well. What are you hoping the audiences will get out of it?
Yeah, I just hope they see themselves. I think they do see themselves, and that we're all similar. I think if there's anything in the world I would want to be contributing to is the notion that we are not divided. We are human beings, and we have stuff to share, and we hold on to things, and that's okay, and we're going to let them go when we're ready. Even though I feel like you should probably dump it right away. It's not me, it's not my place. It'll be on your time. And I think that's the experience we want to give folks at this time in the world.
Yeah, and I think people, when they leave the theatre, they're going to start talking among themselves, and that's obviously a good thing.
Yeah, walk away talking about their stuff and thinking about, oh, what is that thing in the foyer? Can I let go of it? And who does it remind me of? And maybe, you know, because people think about the loved ones a lot. We're not saying or trying to teach anything. We're just saying, oh, here's another chance to think about them, and maybe in a light way that we can honor those folks.
Well, we hope Naomi Sneakus and yourself, of course, Matt Baran, have a fantastic Fringe, and I hope her voice gets better as well. I'm sure it will, because she'll be a professional, and she'll have all the honey and glycerine and all the little things that you get being an actor and an actress.
Yeah, her voice is just getting more and more gravelly. It's just getting more sexy, to be honest with you. It's driving me crazy.
That's a good thing.
It is for me. It is for me. I don't know what the audience thinks.
Well, it's Big Stuff.
Yeah.
It's at the Assembly Roxy Boxy, Roxburgh Place in Edinburgh, of course, until the 30th, apart from the 11th, which is your one day off, and it starts at 2:55 p.m. and tickets from edfringe.com. And Matt, thanks for coming and telling us about it.
Thank you, Stuart. Have a great Fringe.
Futuro sin saber por qué, y en la noche juramos amarnos hasta el fin. Aún está conmigo aquel collar que tú me regalaste con tu inicial. Ese fue el símbolo, me amabas de verdad. Pero algo salió mal. canciones y te empiezo a extrañar, pero algo salió mal, ya no estás aquí, soltaste mi mano y nunca más supe de ti, pero algo salió mal, nunca lo entendí, ya solo queda dejarte ir y aceptar que es el futuro que no fue, el futuro que no fue, ya solo queda dejarte ir y aceptar que es el futuro que no fue. Pero algo salió mal, ya no estás aquí, soltaste mi mano y nunca más supe de ti, no supe de ti, salió mal, nunca lo entendí, ya solo queda dejarte ir y aceptar que no fue, el futuro que no fue, ya solo queda dejarte ir y aceptar que no fue.
From Spain, Daniel Martinez, and a wonderful piece of music, and catch him if you can at the Yotel in Edinburgh. Next, it's my very special guest, impressionist Cal Halbert.
Bringing the festival to you, Fringe Radio.
I cannot believe he asked me to do OnlyFans.
Hold on, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about.
We're always complaining about money.
Then get another job. I am not selling my body. I'm listening to me now. I'm good at this.
15 Minutes of Shame from the 7th to the 30th of August at 7:20 at Playground 2 at Zoo Playground. Tickets at edfringe.com.
I want to tell you a true story. Many years ago, a humble young musical comedian was approached by some radio producers and asked if he might contribute one of his comical voices to a new segment for their network's most popular show. For many years, this young man delighted in answering questions from people all over the world and bringing a little simple joy to his troubled land, while all the time, nobody knew who he really was. But now his story can finally be told. Mitch Ben is Asking Elvis, coming soon to a theater near you. Thank you very much.
This August, discover the best comedy, cabaret, kids shows and more at the Free Festival. With over 360 daily shows, there's something for everybody at a price for everyone. Donate what you think the show's worth at the end, or book pay what you can tickets to keep the Fringe accessible for everyone. The Free Festival, the real spirit of the Edinburgh Fringe. Full programme at freefestival.co.uk.
One story, two people. Amanda Crowley and Thomas Duncan. One lawyer, one mass murderer. The case is lost. She wants it anyways. Not to win, but to understand how monsters are made. Glimpse behind the societal masks, as with Monster Made, an intense character study, a captivating, psychological, intimate play is coming to the Fringe at Paradise in the Vault. Only the one who can change his mind can actually change something. Monster Made runs from August 24th to August 30th. Book your seats today at edfringe.com.
Bringing the festival to you, Fringe Radio.
First of all, welcome to the show. Great to have you on the programme. First of all, tell us about Cal Halbert, because you've got quite an interesting history.
Well, thank you very much for having me on, Stuart. Well, I'm Cal Halbert, comedian, impressionist, voiceover artist, presenter, actor, anything for money, I think is the quickest way of saying it. I think that's probably the best way of doing it. But yeah, I've done all sorts, from Britain's Got Talent to The Gadget Show to Good Morning Britain to This Morning to all sorts, really.
Let's talk about Britain's Got Talent then, going back to, 10 years now, with the Mimic Men. You were one half.
Yes, that's right. So the other half was Alfie Joey, who was, at the time, a BBC Newcastle breakfast presenter. So there was a bit of and ah in whether we go on to an ITV show with him being with the BBC, but their bosses said, yes, let's do it, and we went for it. We were very, very lucky. We got the 4 yeses. We were asked to go on the show on the Wednesday. So we got the email on Wednesday saying, will you come down to London to audition? You'll be straight in front of the judges. I went, yeah, of course. Well, when are you thinking? They went, Friday, 2 days' time. And we were like, what? Right, okay. Looks. So we quickly wrote something together, and that's what we did. So we thought we'll do an A to Z of impressions with the idea of they either show all of it or none of it, because you can't really chop and change an A to Z. So that's basically our idea. So that's what we did, and that was 2016, 10 years ago. That's terrifying, Stuart. Thanks for reminding me that I'm old. I appreciate that. And lots of hair then. I can't say the same now.
Now, I believe you weren't able to do Ant and Dec, because I've seen an A to Z somewhere else on YouTube, and Ant and Dec was included in that, and it was a really good impression as well. It was from Alfie, in fact, I think, did that. But you weren't allowed to use it on Britain's Got Talent. Why was that?
No, we weren't. That's true. Do you know, I'd forgotten all about that. So what had happened is Alfie did a fantastic Ant McParlin, and I would do Dec, which is that's right, welcome back to Britain's Got Talent live from London. So I would do Dec, he would do Ant, and we thought it makes sense. 2 impressionists doing the double act. Great, yeah, let's do that. I mean, it was yes. And then in the wings, before we went on, one of the producers came over and said, we don't want you to do Ant and Dec. And we said, oh, right. And because it was just like such a shock, we didn't really question why.
Did you have a replacement A?
We switched out, and I did an Alan Carr. So we stuck Alan Carr in as A, and then everything else was exactly the same. But in hindsight, it's 2020, so there was another impressionist on that year who did Ant and Dec. So clearly that's why they didn't want us doing Ant and Dec. So, but we didn't even ask at the time. We were just kind of thrown, and we're like, oh, right, okay, let's quickly panic and think of something.
And I think back then, of course, you were probably, as a duo, you were probably the only duo doing impressions at that time. I know there was Eccles and Ritchie about probably 10 years before you even, but few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, impressionists are very few and far between, really, Stuart. I'll be totally honest. It's the same names that come up every time. It's still Rory Bremner. It's still John Coleshaw. It's still Lewis MacLeod. It's all the Dead Riggers guys, and that's it, really. There's no one else massively doing the circuit. I mean, there's the likes of Danny Postel and Paul Burling who have also done Britain's Got Talent, but very, very few actually work on the circuit now. So the fact that you've already taken a niche thing and then made a double act on top of that, where there's fewer double acts in the country as well. So you go, right, okay, double act and impressionist. Okay, we've got a real niche there.
What about your own kind of heroes in the world of impressions? I mean, I come from the era of Mike Yarwood, of course, who was just out on his own. Alistair McGowan, of course, and I think one of my favourite sketches was John Coleshaw and Alistair McGowan, who was in the sketch about Parkinson.
Yeah, that is a great sketch, isn't it? Well, my first exposure to realising you can do voices as a job was Robin Williams. And my favourite film still to this day is Mrs. Doubtfire. And it was that scene as a kid. Mrs. Doubtfire and Caddyshack were the 2 first adult films, really, like older age ratings that I was allowed to watch as a kid. And I fell in love with Mrs. Doubtfire because there was that scene where Robin Williams goes, oh yes, I do. I do voices. And she said, what do you mean you do voices? He goes, well, I do voices. And he does the whole, we come to this planet looking for intelligent life. Oops, we made a mistake. Happy to be in America. Oh, something. I watch with the last way. You don't make me smack you, sweetheart. I'll do it. Figaro. This whole thing of doing all these different voices. And I was just jaw on the floor as a kid going, how on earth do you do that? So that was kind of my first exposure. And then all the classic guys, like you say, Alistair McGowan, Rory Bremner, John Coleshaw, all these guys that just you just look at them and you go, how is that voice coming out of their face? That's not the person. It doesn't make sense to me. And then I was just mesmerised, not only by impressions, but just voices and accents as well, really.
You're at the Fringe, and obviously you've been the Fringe before. What is interesting here is that you're going to be extra busy because you've got two shows. You've got the ones at the Hoots, Nick 2 at the Hoots in the afternoons at 3:30, and then 8:15 at the Beehive Inn. And that's with the same show, is that right?
That's right, yeah. So it's the same show. Last year I did just for a short part of the run, I did two shows where I had an earlier show and a later show. And what I've found is, given the cost of living, and also last year, I think if you are a regular Fringe goer, you will know this, but people that are visiting the Fringe for the first time, all prices go up, don't they, Stuart? All prices go up in Edinburgh during the Edinburgh Festival. But during the festival last year, we also had to compete with Oasis coming to Edinburgh. We had Sam Fender. We had AC/DC, all within that month. So not only did we have Capital City Edinburgh prices, we also had Capital City Edinburgh during the Fringe prices, and we also had Capital City Edinburgh during the Fringe during major concerts during that month. So there were lots and lots of people that were coming up just for the day, and they couldn't afford the hotel rooms to stay over, and totally understandable. So they were staying out of Edinburgh and commuting in. So that meant a lot of people couldn't make it to my 8:15 show because they'd have to catch their train. So I thought, right, well, I will get both sets of people by doing an earlier show and an evening show. So that's what I've ended up doing.
I was talking to someone else earlier about, the different kind of venues that you have. And sometimes you can be an artist who really kind of performs and feels comfortable in one venue, not necessarily the other.
Yeah, that's very true. And also, I mean, last year I was in the similar area. I was on Nicholson Square again last year, but in a huge tent. And if you remember last year, it was roasting hot. Roasting hot. And imagine that in a tent. Every day I had to change my shirt after every single show there, because I'd go in with a light blue shirt and come out with a dark black one. Do you know what I mean? So, and you'd be looking at people and they'd be enjoying the show, but they're so hot. They've just got sweat pouring off their faces. And sometimes you have to just address it and say to them, look, if at any moment it's too hot in here, get out and get some fresh air. I will not pick on you. Because people still have that fear that they're going to get picked on at every moment. And you go, no, it's not that sort of show. If you need fresh air, go and get fresh air, please. Because I tell you something, you getting up for fresh air in the middle of the show is not going to disrupt it more than you passing out. I promise you that.
So the show is 101 impressions in an hour. Are you really doing 101?
I'm going to give it my very best shot. I'm going to do it my very, very best. It's all time dependent. I'm hoping I can get it in. I did 100 impressions last year. So we've got an extra one in. And most of the days I was getting between 80 and 90 impressions in the show last year. This year, I really want to break the 100. Really, really want to break it. So I try and count them as I go through. And as I say, it was 80 to 90 last year. I'm really hoping I get the extra 100.
If you get to 99, you're not going to get sort of refunds at the door because he didn't do 101.
Yes, the show should be 101 impressions in an hour. Terms and conditions apply. That's what it should be.
There we are. You'll get away with that one, I think. So what are your current favourites then? I guess you're looking at Andy Burnham now.
Yeah, I've got to look at an Andy Burnham. I'm a big fan of Andy Murray. I really like Andy Murray's voice. I think it's a great voice. It's so interactive and people really think it lifts the mood when Andy's talking. I also like Sir David Attenborough, the national treasure of Great Britain. Now, most people will know Sir David Attenborough as this voice, but not many people know the voice has changed over the years. So when he was younger, he was up here, and he was much higher, and now he's gone even deeper. There is Sir David, because he's gotten a lot older. I also like, maybe not, a bit of Hurricane, but then some old classics that I like. I quite like doing Michael McIntyre. Stuart, I like Michael. I think his voice is great to do because when he wants to get a point across, he makes it very, very certain. very, very, very certain. And then when he's having a laugh, you can almost hear the smile in his voice. I like it. And then you've got John Bishop as well. He might turn up in the show. And to do with John Bishop, you just got to make your tongue too big for your mouth. You know, that's just how it is, you know. It's just, we do that though, don't we? You know, that's the way it works. Or perhaps if we're staying, well, comedians, you could get a bit of Cavan Bridges. Thank you. So there'll be loads in there, I'm certain, Stuart.
And we see that a lot, don't we, from impression? They say, well, if you just tune it a little bit higher, it becomes somebody else.
That is true. Do you know, there are lots of voices that are very, very similar. So a Kermit the Frog is not far away from your Ray Romanos. Everybody loves Raymond.
You've got your David Beckhams, and if you get the gravel out of David Beckham, it's Joe Pasquale. La 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 la.
They're all very, very close. And a lot of people ask me, when you get to voices, how do you learn them? And how I learned how to do, for example, I'm President Trump, that the best way, you've got to look at people's accent, you've got to look at where they're from, their culture of what they've been surrounded by. So President Donald Trump is a New Yorker. So you've got to remember the easiest New York accent is your Joe Pesci, bada boom, bada bing. That sort of voice is the easiest New Yorker to do. You want to buy a hot dog? What about a newspaper? That's the sort of voice you want to go for. Now, President Trump has been surrounded his whole life by media, and the American media voice that everybody had for a long, long time, particularly during the 80s, was the looking out on that Golden Gate Bridge on another sunny Saturday morning. You stay with that voice, you add some Joe Pesci, you get the Donald. That's how that works. It's all recipes. That's what we got to do.
And it's funny because you were doing David Attenborough, the high and the low voices a second ago, and I was thinking the high voice, you could almost be Simon Evans.
Yes, it's not far. Yeah, they're not far away. They're all very, very close. All these voices, like lots of people don't realise how close voices are. And interestingly, this is the one that blows people's mind. The two voices that I found that were very close, and I say it to people, and their mind, they just go, what? Is Chris Tarrant and Barack Obama. Those voices are very, very close when you're trying to impersonate them.
Go on, show me.
Yeah. So, hello, welcome back to Who Wants to Make a Millionaire? It's Chris Tarrant here. Now, Chris Tarrant, he's got this voice that's at the back of his throat. Now, if you get rid of the British accent and give yourself an American accent and give yourself a little bit of a smoker's rasp, you get Barack Obama. He's right there. And you add pauses, Barack is right there. So they're very, very close. They're in the exact same place of your mouth where you're trying to impersonate them. That's where you're trying to go.
I tell you what's really interesting as well. I mean, now that we're in the world of social media, I mean, there are stars of TikTok who I've never even heard of, and it's difficult to now find a mainstream new person that you can do.
Oh, it's so hard, Stuart. Like, do you know, it is much easier to learn the impression because of TikTok and YouTube and things. I could watch 1,000 hours of Jeremy Clarkson. Yes, if I wanted to, so I can get the voice. But choosing who to do is so difficult, and they're so quick fire and fast. So, but it is true what they say. If you were famous in the 80s, you were famous forever. So last year, I was still doing Bruce Forsyth. It's nice to see you nice. Didn't you do well? So, and people still really enjoy those voices. So unless something crazy happens and they're too famous to ignore, you want to go mainstream telly. That's what you want to go for, really.
Like you just mentioned, Bruce Forsyth and all the characters from the past, the ones that Mike Yarwood used to do. It's all on YouTube anyway.
Yes, absolutely. And people are rediscovering these old comics. People like Mick Miller has had a huge resurgence due to it because his jokes are one-liners, their sort of style. So the likes of being on TikTok, a one-liner joke on TikTok is perfect for someone like Mick Miller. And you go, he did the Comedians, 50 years ago? Yes. And now he's famous again? What on earth is going on? So
he must be the only survivor from the Comedians.
I think he might be, I think he might be.
The interesting thing is, of course, that you started off as an optician, is that correct? And then went into comedy.
Oh, you've done your research, here, Stuart. You've done your research. Yes, I started life as an optician before I went into comedy. Yes, that is true.
What was that like?
You need some advice.
I've got an appointment next week, as it turns out.
Well, okay, quick bit of advice. If they try and upsell you an anti-glare coating or and a hard coating, the anti-scratch coating, if you're interested in either of them, only go for the anti-glare, because the anti-glare has got the hard coating already on it. So they're just taking extra money for you if you're paying for both. That's my bit of advice for you.
There we are. Well, thank you for your advice on that. That's really handy having an optician on the programme.
Not very funny, but it can save you money, friends.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. So what are you looking forward to in particular doing these two shows?
I absolutely adore the Edinburgh Fringe. I love the fact about the Edinburgh Festival is that within the walk from, let's say, Nidri Street down to the Grass Market along Cowgate, in that time, I could have walked through, and it's, I would say, maximum, if I dawdle really slowly, I could do 15 minutes here maximum, Stuart, that walk. In that 15-minute walk, I could go through torrential rain, howling winds, beautiful sunshine where it's too hot, maybe a bit of snow and some hail, and then absolutely beautiful sunshine again on the Grass Market, all within about 15 minutes. And that's what I adore about Edinburgh.
Yes, that is Scotland to a T.
Yes, absolutely. And what I also adore about the Fringe is, and Edinburgh in general, is that there's always, and I've been to Edinburgh countless times. I cannot tell you how many times I've been there, but every time I go, I always discover something new. Always. Regardless of the festival, just Edinburgh itself, I always find something new. And then at the festival on top of that, every corner you turn down, there's someone juggling pots and pans while telling jokes. And then you look across the road and there's someone dressed as a builder, but they're wearing cowboy boots. And then there's someone over there balancing a traffic cone on his nose while he's standing in a trolley. It's just an amazing place. You have no idea what on earth is going to happen at any moment.
I'm looking forward to seeing the variety, the talent that's on view, discovering new talent as well, and also seeing the old classics, and of course coming to see you as well.
Bless you. Let me know when you're coming. Send me an email and then we'll have a selfie.
And we also need a picture of your dog. Tell me about your dog.
Oh, her name's Storm. She's sat by the door. She's had enough. She's gone, oh, he's working, I'm off. She's sat over by the door of my office. She is a pain in the backside. I love her dearly. I wake up every morning and I look at her and I think, I would do absolutely anything for you. I adore you. And then by about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm in the mood to put her on Facebook Marketplace for free.
And it's an interesting cross, isn't it? It's a dachshund and what's the other breed?
She's a French bulldog and dachshund cross. Yeah.
I can't imagine that. So I'm looking forward to the picture of that you're also going to send me of that lovely dog. Well, look, Cal, it's been really great to have you on the programme, and I feel you've almost done your whole show in this 20 minutes or so. But great to have you on board, and we look forward to seeing you, and have a great Fringe.
Thank you so much, Stuart. I hope you have a wonderful Fringe, and I look forward to seeing you.
Bringing the festival to you, Fringe Radio.
I cannot believe he asked me to do OnlyFans.
Hold on, let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about.
We're always complaining about money.
Then get another job. I am not selling my body. I'm listening to me now. I'm good at this.
15 minutes of shame from the 7th to the 30th of August at 7:20 at Playground 2 at Zoo Playground. Tickets at edfringe.com.
I want to tell you a true story. Many years ago, a humble young musical comedian was approached by some radio producers and asked if he might contribute one of his comedy voices to a new segment for their network's most popular show. For many years, this young man delighted in answering questions from people all over the world and bringing a little simple joy to his troubled land, while all the time, nobody knew who he really was. But now his story can finally be told. Mitch Ben is Asking Elvis, coming soon to a theater near you. Thank you very much.
This August, discover the best comedy, cabaret, kids shows and more at the Free Festival. With over 360 daily shows, there's something for everybody at a price for everyone. Donate what you think the show's worth at the end, or book pay what you can tickets to keep the Fringe accessible for everyone. The Free Festival, the real spirit of the Edinburgh Fringe. Full programme at freefestival.co.uk.
One story, two people. Amanda Crowley and Thomas Duncan. One lawyer, one mass murderer. The case is lost. She wants it anyways. Not to win, but to understand how monsters are made. Glimpse behind the societal masks, as with Monster Maid, an intense character study, a captivating, psychological, intimate play is coming to the Fringe at Paradise in the Vault. Only the one who can change his mind can actually change something. Monster Maid runs from August 24th to August 30th. Book your seats today at edfringe.com.
Bringing the festival to you, Fringe Radio.
Put your loving hand out, baby. Riding high when I was king. I played it hard and fast 'cause I had everything. Walked away, want me then. But easy come and it won't end. So anytime I bleed, you let me know. Yeah, anytime I feed, you get me no. Anytime I seek, you let me know. But I planted my seed, just let me grow. I'm on my knees 'cause I'm begging. I don't want to lose you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm begging, begging you. Now put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you. Now put your loving hand out, darling. I need you to understand. Tried so hard to be your man, the kind of man you want in the end. Only they can now begin to live again. Empty shell used to be the shadow of my life holding over me. Broken man, oh, but I don't know. Even stand the devil's chance in my soul. Why we do it? Why we chase it? Why the bottom? Why the basement? Why we got good shit? Don't embrace it. Wanna be your lover. You're the wrong way track from the good. I wanna paint a page 10 where we could be at. Like a heart in the best way should. You can give it away, you had, you took the pay, but I keep walking on, keep rocking doors, keep hoping for that door is yours, keep hope so warm. I don't wanna live in a broken home. Yeah, yeah, I'm begging, begging you. Yeah, yeah. I'm begging, begging you. So put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you. Now put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you. Now put your loving hand out, darling. 'Cause I'm begging. I'm begging, begging you. Now put your loving hand out, darling. I'm begging, begging you. Now put your loving hand out, darling.
Our second a cappella song of the show. This time it was Aquapella and their version of the Four Seasons' Begging, and they're appearing at the Gilded Balloon downstairs from the 17th to the 29th, with the exception of the 24th of August. Well, high time we went back out again up the Royal Mile. Here's the second part of my Royal Mile walk. So let's see who else we can find here on the Royal Mile. We're up to the Angel with Bagpipes shop. Over here we're looking at Boogie with Napoleon. Yes, Boogie with Napoleon. I'm sure there'll be someone from Boogie with Napoleon who's going to talk to me about the show.
About the show.
What's your name?
Ishan.
Ishan, nice to see you, Ishan. Tell us about this.
This is Elba. This is our show. It is about Napoleon Bonaparte's first banishment to the Isle of Elba. It's about 9 months he was there, and we kind of satirise it all. Can one man change an island? No, basically. He spends 10 months on the Isle of Elba, and then he leaves.
He disappears.
And it's all about how he uses the island. We use lots of political satire and references to today. We have song, dance, movement, bit of everything.
A lot of fun.
A lot of fun, yeah.
Now there's a lady on a bollard here. She's wearing a white top and what looks like a beekeeper's net.
This is the beekeeper.
The beekeeper.
And this is the suit that we wear in the show, because Napoleon's big plan to make Elba rich and famous is honey.
Napoleon's here as well. Hello, Napoleon.
Hello, bonjour.
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 Comment ça va?
Très bien, merci.
Oh, a little bit of French on the show as well. French on Fringe Radio. Fantastic. First Fringe for you, is it, in this production?
As an actor, yes. Very excited. We have a big room to fill. We have 25 or 26 shows.
And you're speaking in a French accent. Is this because you are actually French?
I am actually French.
And how are you enjoying the experience so far? Because this show is at Venue 393, Just the Tonic, and it runs all the way through to the 30th of August.
Yes.
And it's starring Constant Vigier. Is that you?
Bravo, yes.
You're Constant.
Je suis Constant.
It's our first Fringe, but we're very excited. Yeah,
Well, we wish you all the best with it.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
very
talking
much.
to us.
Sorry for
Thank you,
swearing.
Constant.
Merci beaucoup.
Tim Ridley, we
Yes.
just heard you a minute ago. Very impressive. This is a great looking instrument.
Thank you,
I thought it was a
thank you.
dobro at first because it was all silver and shiny, but
It
tell
is.
us about the guitar.
It is a resonator guitar, which has just got a pickup, and it's an Ozark. I've got a very old National at home, which is too old to come out anymore, but this is one I use when I'm busk, and I'm from Cornwall. And my name's Tim Ridley, and I do songs about humans and animals, and I'm here for the Fringe, well, the first bit of it, and I've never done this before.
It's the first time you're a Fringe virgin.
I'm a Fringe virgin, and it's been quite an amazing journey. Met so many wonderful people who do the circle shows and the buskers. It's been amazing, yeah.
And there was a bit of improv going on there, wasn't
I
there?
did a lot of improv. I love that. So people walking up the street, I can just add in what they're wearing, or I do songs about dogs. So every 5 minutes, someone comes past with a lovely dog.
Why is someone from Cornwall suddenly coming up to the Edinburgh Fringe?
Do you know, I've no idea, except it seemed like a good idea at the time.
and how long are you up here for?
I'm only here till Sunday.
Oh, right, okay. And I suppose for anyone interested, because there's lots of street entertainment at the Fringe, it's something which came in a few years ago, and it's very, very popular. And I suppose you have to kind of like book your slot or something. Is that what happens?
Exactly, yes. So pre-Fringe, we have a WhatsApp group, and we book ourselves in to play here at the Tree. But post-Fringe, we go put our lanyards into a drawer, and then you get allocated a slot, either here by Mercat or in the alcoves. And you get 2 half-an-hour slots a day, and more if someone doesn't turn up. And you get half an hour, which includes setting up and taking down, so you have to be a bit quick. So I'm trying to get quick.
Well, it certainly sounds great what you're doing, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. It's
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Take care.
So we found a couple more productions here. Now, the first one is the last audition, and people frantically giving away leaflets. Very unusual for people to come up and ask for leaflets here. Usually they're saying, no, thank you, go away, go away. Now, last audition. Tell us about it.
So it's about an old Shakespearean actor who is dealing with difficulties of ageing and potentially going into assisted living. The play basically follows him dealing with feelings of loneliness and isolation, and it just shows the actor portraying his last audition as King Lear.
And Paul Shearman is
Paul
the
Shearman
main man?
is the main man. It's a one-man show. It was written by him. It's fantastic. It's very emotional, very human, with a little bit of dark comedy, of course, for the Fringe.
You've got to have dark comedy in there.
You've got to. You really have to.
Where and when?
So it is every day from 7:25 at the Space on the Mile.
Fantastic. Well, we wish him all the best, and
very
all
much.
his team here are doing really well. Leafleting the place here on the Royal Mile. And there's a very patient lady here. One night at Ford's Theatre, a new musical. It's at the Bubble at Rotunda Theatre, which is venue 65. It's on till the 23rd of August, so not quite going all the way through to the 31st, but you've got to start from somewhere. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Elliot. I'm one of the cast members. So our musical is actually also about an older Shakespearean actor, but specifically the brother of the John Wilkes Booth who shot President Lincoln was America's most famous Shakespearean actor of the 19th century. So we're looking at how John Wilkes Booth's time in the theater and exposure to Shakespearean works influenced his decision to shoot the president.
Well, right away, I know you're not from Aberdeen or Berwick-upon-Tweed, so where are you from?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
Oh, another Washington, D.C.
from Cambridge. Yeah, so
From
we're at
Cambridge University.
Yeah, so it's the history department. Master students wrote the show.
Fantastic. And what about you?
I'm also in the cast.
And your name?
Emily.
Emily. And how long have you been doing this?
Since like February? Yeah.
So February, so it's been in production for a few months now, and this is the big moment, isn't it?
Yeah, so it is Our director, Kaylee Michaels-Gualtieri, has been workshopping this show for about 2 years now. She comes from Cirque du Soleil. She was a trapeze artist. And she just finished her master's in history at Cambridge, where she's been developing this show based off of new archival evidence on John Wilkes Booth.
And it's a new experience for you all, isn't it? And you're lapping it up here in Edinburgh.
Really great to be here. Really, as a historian, it's very exciting history and very exciting to see it in musical format.
Fantastic. And let's give you a plug once again. So it's the Bubble at Rotunda Theatre, venue 65. And it's 6 o'clock. That's the one thing we didn't say earlier on. All the way through to the 23rd of August. Best of luck with it. Thanks so much for talking to us. Hello.
Hello there.
And who are you?
Oh, my name is Simon, and this is my show. I'm not myself today, a villainous cabaret.
What a makeup you've got on. If only this wasn't radio.
I know. Could you imagine?
Can you explain it?
Well, the show is a cabaret about villains. So it's about an abused child who thinks he's a villain because he's faced so much bad things in his life. And almost every song is a villain song. So we have The Lion King, Next to Normal, American Psycho, Jekyll and Hyde. Oh my goodness, lots of songs.
And you mentioned Next to Normal. That's here at the Fringe as well.
Yes, it is. I don't know if we clash. I will try my very best to go and see it because it's a musical that really tugs at the heartstrings and make you think, oh dear God, I'm so glad to be alive.
Well, we're broadcasting from the Radisson Blu, and that's where you are, at the space on the Mile, all the way to the 15th. It's 6:05. And tell us about the gear you're wearing. Explain that. It's brilliant.
Well, the gear I'm wearing is a clear indication that I'm an only child. So starting with the shoes, we have Victorian spat shoes, so black and white. Then we have knee-long white and black socks. Guess who's a Tim Burton fan? Hi. Then black and white shirt. And then I am currently wearing a red velvet tail coat, all kind of cross-laced at the back, white gloves, and the face, well, you're going to have to see the show.
Absolutely. It is pretty stunning. But a white face, goggles, green hair, and a lovely set of gnashers.
Oh, stop it, you. Come on. Get away with you.
You're on the bollard there. You're certainly gathering attention, which is what it's all about here.
Certainly. The more attention, the more bums on seats, and the more you can tell your stories. And Edinburgh is a city of storytelling, so my God, we're in the right place.
And the funny thing is, of course, you can walk down the Royal Mile any other time and you would probably be arrested, but because it's the Fringe, that's okay.
Yes, it's a Fringe. Yeah, it was where nutters and maniacs kind of do their spiel, and everyone's like, oh, go on, Ben.
Lovely to talk to you, and all the best with it.
Thank you very much, sir. Take care of yourselves.
Who have we got over here? What's your name?
Emily.
Hello, Emily. She's looking at me very, very suspiciously, but she is promoting a show, and that's what we're here to ask you about.
Fantastic.
A Pebble in the Road.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
It's a one-woman show with an actress from Mission Impossible, up close and personal, and she's Lithuanian. It's about 3 generations of Lithuanian women and how they've been affected by different historical events. Sounds deep and emotional, but also told through a child's perspective, so playful in its own way.
And it's on till the 31st of August.
Yes.
At venue 33, the Courtyard, which is at the Pleasance.
Yes, that's correct, at 1:35.
Best of luck with it.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Well, just before we end our Royal Mile walk for today, I've just bumped into this gentleman here. Name, please.
Hiya, I'm Ben Everett Riley. I'm part of the JNR Convention.
Oh, tell us more.
Yeah, so the JNR Convention is about 4 fanatics who accidentally get therapy reenacting JNR, because obviously we just need to do that. We need to talk about JNR, especially in this day and age. Not just that, we have been sponsored by none other than Dean Shortbread. So everyone who comes to see JNR Convention, they get their own shortbread.
That's a good deal, isn't it?
It's lovely. It tastes really good, really buttery. I really thoroughly recommend. It's on at 12:35 at the Mash House Snifter Room at Just the Tonic every day from the 6th to the 28th, minus the 10th and the 18th.
You've got to have a couple of days break.
Oh yeah, got to have a couple of days break and just, enjoy the shortbread.
Right, here's a nice young man. Tell me what your name is.
Hi, my name is Luca Damiano. I'm one of the actors in our show.
Your show is called?
Play On. We're directed by Brett Scott with Purple Summer Theatre Company. Our show follows a group of community theatre lovers, and they're putting on a show, and it just goes to heck because the playwright keeps rewriting it, and nobody can really keep the rehearsal under control, and then it all goes downhill in the end.
Sofia Lopez is here, and she's going to tell me all about Purple Summer Theatre.
Well, we're based in Florida. We're not associated with any school, and we're here with World Strides, and we're like the only theater company that's doing it, and not just with a school. We're kids like 16, 17. We have some 18-year-olds. It's really open to anyone in Florida. People for college kids can do it, high school kids can do it, and we usually put on shows during the summer in Florida, and this is our first time here at the Fringe Festival.
So it's all exciting for you.
Yeah, we're really excited.
And for this specific one, usually the Purple Summer, the shows that they put on is an audition based, but for this specific opportunity, it was a selection thing that we had to go through.
Now people have to be quick because you're only on for 4 days, is that
Yeah.
right? 7th to the 10th of August at the Central Hall Auditorium, which is venue 295B. At Tollcross, and of course you can just go to the edfringe.com website and get your tickets.
Yes.
All the best of luck with it.
You don't want to miss it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So that just about brings us to the end of our Royal Mile walk for today, but my goodness, look who we're bumping into now. It's Lottie, the famous Lottie now from Locomotive for Murder. We started with Locomotive for Murder yesterday, ended with them, and we're doing the same today. How did the first night go?
Really well, thank you. We had a lovely crowd in. They got the murderer right. They guessed it right. So thank goodness it was a successful murder. Can you say that?
Well, as far as the Fringe is concerned, anything goes.
Very true.
And it was good crowd?
Great crowd. It was so lovely. So yeah, we had over 100 in, which will do us for the first day. So yeah, get your tickets quick because we are seeing some high numbers later in the series.
Well, all the very best to you, and keep on doing all the good things.
Thank you. You too. Have a great time. I can't wait to listen.
I think that we should call it off, baby. I'm grateful for the mark you made on me. Had to keep it that way, but I don't think I can stay. I think that we should call it off, darling. It's taking up too much space in our hearts now. Let's leave on a high, on the good and goodbye. Who knew a word could cut you right open? It's over. What if I never heal like I've done before? What if I can't erase my body with yours? Like a fever pitch, it's getting me high. What if it's just a part of our history? And nothing can change what you mean to me. Don't make stories up in your mind. I just came to say goodbye. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. Light years away from finding our senses. We spent ourselves like it would be endless. Why is it so hard to say? Is there someone to blame? Who knew a word could put you right back in a moment? What if I never heal like I've done before? What if I can't erase my body with yours? Like a fever pitch, it's getting me high. What if it's just a part of our history? And nothing can change what you mean to me. Don't make stories up in your mind. I just came to say goodbye. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. I just came to say goodbye. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. Oh, I just came to say goodbye. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. Oh, I just came to say goodbye. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. Oh, I just came to say goodbye. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. Oh, I just came to say goodbye, baby. Oh, I just came to say goodbye.
Ariane and the Rose with music from her show The Breakup Variety Hour, which is on right up to the 31st at the Assembly, George Square, except for the 17th. She's playing every day at 5:20 and her shows come highly recommended. That was her song called I Just Came to Say Goodbye. And after the break, Simon Walton talks with Kona Morris about her life in North Alaska, and it's a fascinating story.
Kona, you're doing a one-woman show that's, quite a journey in more ways than one, is it not?
Correct. It is about living in northern Alaska. It's called How to Poop in an Outhouse at -58 Celsius, which was converted for the metric system special for Edinburgh.
Am I right in saying that's the magic number for...
Well, so 45 below is where Celsius and Fahrenheit become the same. And it's also when it's too cold for planes to fly. And I was living in a village that is off the road system, which means for most of the winter you are stuck there. So there's some of my show is about overcoming the morbid thoughts.
All right, look, if it's not giving away the plot...
Sure.
How did you end up living in, frankly, it's the state that's off the beaten track?
Right. Well, when I was 19 years old, I met a native Alaskan man while we were both traveling through Colorado. And I didn't want to say goodbye a few days later, so I drove him home to Alaska, which is quite far. It's the same distance as the southern tip of Spain all the way up to northern Finland.
So you basically covered the whole of Europe in equivalent, just for love.
For love, exactly. And adventure. I've always been drawn to adventure, so I think the opportunity to explore somewhere I'd never been and see northern lights and grizzly bears and all kinds of things.
Well, we have northern lights here in Edinburgh, and the only grizzly bears are, I'm glad to say, in the zoo. But, we often complain about being quite far north here in Edinburgh, 56 degrees north. But that sounds, in comparison to Alaska, pretty much the Everglades.
Yeah, I used to fly in a bush plane, which is a small plane that carries like 6 or 7 passengers, unpressurized, and it would take me over the White Mountains to north of the Arctic Circle, where I lived on the banks of this enormous river. It's the second largest river in the continent, the Yukon. And so this is my true story. I'm primarily a storyteller, so I hired a director to make it a little theatrical, but it's essentially a true Arctic adventure story with lots of humor.
Well, Kona, there's being adventurous and there's being an adventurer, and you certainly err towards the latter. What can we expect when we come along? I assume that you're not going to have it cooled to minus 58 degrees Celsius, although having said that, the weather we've been having lately, that would not be unwelcome. Yeah.
Well, there will be lots of excitement and thrills, grizzly bears and northern lights and enormous whirlpools, and you will learn all the tips for how to use an outhouse at negative 58 Celsius. There's tips throughout, and you'll learn a little bit about what it's like there, so you don't have to experience it yourself.
Well, I'm not going to ask you about your partner, whether or not you're still with your partner, but I am going to ask you whether or not you miss Alaska.
I do. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I mean, I've been back to visit quite a lot, and it is one of the just most wild and epically remote and beautiful places. It's like being in National Geographic. It's beautiful. I used to watch baby bald eagles learning to fly. So this is my gift to the world, to share some of what I experienced.
Kona, we look forward to taking advantage of that gift. You're performing at Greenside at George Street. That's venue 236 in the Ivy Studio. Mm-hmm. I guess there's not a lot of ivy grows that far north, but pretty much pick your day. You're here till the end of the festival.
Yeah, I'm here every day except for the 16th and the 23rd. Greenside makes us take off those 2 Sundays, but otherwise I'm here every day of the festival, 12:45. It's a 55-minute show, and I would love to have you come on an adventure to Alaska with me.
Kona Morris talking to our Simon there. And finally today, a lady who is in her 80s. She's been at the Fringe since the 1960s, and she just happens to be married to actor Tom Conti and mother to Nina Conti, and she is an absolute inspiration. Well, there's something for everyone at the Fringe. This next lady proves my point. Cara Wilson is joining me now. And tell me, first of all, how you got involved in this production. Helen Bradley, painter, storyteller, because Helen was an iconic figure.
I mean, she's less well known than maybe some I have done. I did Beryl Cook, I did Vanessa Bell, and then I chose Helen Bradley. What drew me to her, and I'm afraid what always draws me to these artists, is if they lived to the right old age I am. Because I can't any longer play a painter who died at 43.
No.
I would like to, but I haven't tried that yet. So they have to live to 70 plus for me to feel that I can convince the audience I am them.
I disagree with you. I think you can play
How am I looking today?
mid-50s.
Mid-50s?
Mid-50s.
When
Would you
I
go with
was
that?
54, in 1990...
You don't have to give that away.
...ish. In 1990-ish, I was 54 and I played a 35-year-old who died in childbirth. And there was a line where I said, well, in my condition, and everybody looked and thought, what condition is she in? Anyway, and she sadly died, but everybody else has been older. So I am on the scour of all artists that are impressive and have wonderful stories, but lived to a fairly ripe old age. And this one particularly really attracted my interest because she didn't start painting until she was 65.
That's right.
And so I had bought her books because they came out in 1971 to 1974. Nina, my daughter, was born in 73. I've given her age away now. She'll love me for that. And I bought them because they were Edwardian stories with pictures of 100 little people going about things, and you got to know them all. Miss Carter wore pink, and Mother was always in white, and Aunt Mary was always in blue. So you could look through the stories and see what happened to the whole family. So I knew her, but I'd forgotten her. And last November, I was on the look for who can I do this year at the Fringe, and I went to somebody's house and there was a painting on the wall and there was the book and out the book came. And it's a treasure trove of stories because she's talking about her life, and what is a one-woman show more than somebody talking about their life, and a lovely way to paint. Dare I say, one of the easier ways to paint than some I've tried. So the hunt was then on to find out more about her, to find out if she had living relatives. So I started with the books. They were out of print. Jonathan Cape had been bought by Penguin. Penguin said, oh, it's out of print. Forget it. And I got lawyers eventually who said, oh, no, who owns the rights to those books? Must have reverted to the family, so I was back to the family. So then I asked galleries who showed her works and said they were absolute experts in selling her work, but they'd never heard of the family. Then I went on to Ancestry.com and I found the tree. I pretended to be Helen Bradley and filled in my family tree. And you get these little leaves popping up saying, oh, this is on somebody else's tree. And the somebody else I suspected was a relative. So I wrote through Ancestry to them. And indeed, it was his granddaughter. And I told her what I was thinking. And fortunately, she thought it was a lovely idea.
Oh, how nice.
Yes, so we met in Windy Railway Station. She lives in the Lake District. We met in Preston. We met in Leeds. It was always raining. And she gave me the family archives and her blessing, which was lovely.
That's fantastic. So you're a bit of a detective as well.
Oh, it's an absolute sleuth to begin with, yes. It's better if they're long dead, because you're not going to offend anyone. But when I did Beryl Cook, I was very fortunate to be introduced to her son, and he was equally willing to work on that, because you want their blessing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I know I'm not an exact replica of the granny that this lady had. She said I'm a bit more theatrical.
Yes, I would agree
Sorry
with
about that. Yes.
Nothing wrong with being a bit theatrical. Now, of course, the painting side of it, presumably to play this part, you have to be able to paint.
You do. Someone once said in America, can I do your play about Tamara de Lempicka? And I said, you can. Are you a painter? I'll take classes. I thought, And in the end, she painted with the picture back to the audience, already painted.
Oh,
and the show was a bit dull.
Yes. Well,
because she'd already got a painting in that, so that was cheating.
yes.
And so you do have to be able to paint so you can do it without thinking too much.
No cheating for you, though. So,
No, there's a lot to think about, and better if you know how to paint.
yes. So how long have you been painting?
I've been painting all my life, probably, but I took it up when I went to Camden Art School when I was pregnant, and I decided I wasn't going to be acting. I would paint. And so that was when I was about 30, and then it's been there on and off. I paint portraits mostly, but I'm now most excited about painting like somebody else.
Yes, and of course, at 80, I mean, to you, 81 is just a number, isn't it? Clearly that's just a
82
number.
now.
82 now.
I know, I just sprung into the next year.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's right. But, I mean, you cycled here to the studio
I
today.
know.
You bounded in
I
like
know.
a teenager. What's the secret, please?
I did
'Cause-
wake up thinking, am I stupid? My daughter said, can I give you a lift in the car? I said, no. Am I Scottish? Yes, maybe. Am I Presbyterian? Maybe. No, it's a lovely way to travel, to go on the bike. And the hard bit is to balance your palette. I have the palette with the colours mixed on it. I haven't time to mix the colours in a box, and it has to be strapped to the back of the bike. And you mustn't fall off your bike, because the paint would all mix, and that would be a disaster for the show.
But it's a fantastic experience. I mean, you've been to the Fringe since, what, the 1960s?
1963 was my first.
Wow.
Can you believe?
Yes, I was 2 then. A long time ago. But, I mean, you must absolutely
There were only
love it.
39 shows on the Fringe.
Yes, it's
39.
expanded now.
Now there's 3,600 and God knows what. I know. It was mostly the university dramatic societies from all over the country. That was and we were coming from Glasgow University.
Yeah, absolutely fascinating stuff. And this is the 6th time, I think, doing this particular show. Is that right?
This is the 6th play I've written.
The 6th play you've written, yes.
I did one way back in the 90s. You don't want me to mention which 90. I did a Scottish one, and then I did another one. And then I had a long break, during which I was not idle. I was helping Nina, who was developing her career as a ventriloquist. I was helping her look after her boys.
Yes.
So I was at every festival. For the last 20 years I've been here, but in a different role.
So you mentioned Nina, of course. Let's bring that up as well. Nina Conti, of course, who's again another regular here at the Edinburgh Fringe and has done wonderful things with her ventriloquism, and one of the big stars. You must be absolutely delighted, proud as punch.
I'm proud as punch. Who would have thought it? Such a quiet little girl, so shy at school. Who would know she would develop this alter ego and this confidence to go on to stage not knowing what she's going to say or what anyone else is going to say. She's amazing, a powerhouse.
And, of course, your husband, Tom.
My husband, Tom, who's not been at a festival for a long time. He's not invited. We just let him come up for a day or two. We don't let him linger.
Yes, I was looking at one of his films the other day, because Slade and Flame has come out.
Oh, yes.
From a long time ago.
They had a big party to celebrate that.
Yes,
we went to see it again.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, of course, Shirley Valentine.
And, of course, let's not forget him being Einstein in Oppenheimer.
Yes, that's
that
right.
That was lovely.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan special.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I've got to get round to that one. That's on the shelf to look at.
Yes.
But let's have a look then. So it's Helen Bradley, painter and storyteller. It's at the Pleasance Courtyard in the cellar at the Pleasance. It's 11:20 in the morning.
It's early, isn't it?
It's an early one, but a lot of people want to start casually and then build up throughout the day, but they'll be ready for you at 11:20.
That's the joyful thing about Edinburgh. The audience is so game. They're just, they're in for it, aren't they? They decide they're going to do the whole day. So we look forward to seeing them.
And you're obviously well up for it this year again.
I am. The first one under my belt. I feel completely different from how I felt yesterday.
And you've got, a good 20, 30 years left in you yet. What else? What's happening in the future? What's?
Thought I might go back to another Scottish one.
Mm-hmm.
Thought I might do Jesse King next year. But there's also an American one that I might do. So I'm not saying yet.
Okay.
But I'll try and get another one going. Yes.
Fantastic. Well, look, you're a total inspiration. 81 years young.
82.
Fantastic. So, yes.
Keep up.
82 years. It's another year gone by during this interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it is fantastic to have you in on the programme, and we wish you all the best for the Fringe show, and of course beyond that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And that's your lot for today. What a lovely lady she was. We'll be back on Fringe Radio tomorrow, same time, same place, but for now, from me, Stuart Cameron, and the team, bye for now.